Everybody, today we are going to talk on a very important issue, that is how ego disturbs our peace and how it causes disease in us, chronic disease in us. Because for most of the diseases, it is our mind which is responsible. If you go to doctor, when you go to doctor, only when you feel a pain, when you get that giddiness or some kind of inconvenience which is abnormal, then you go to doctor. When he does all the tests, and he says you have BP, you have diabetes, you have heart problem, you have kidney problem. All these things they say after diagnosing, you are testing your blood sugar level and after testing all your body. A doctor can say only the disease based on the tests, but he cannot say when this disease started, what is the cause for this disease. Nothing he can say, because it is like a fruit in a tree. For getting a fruit, first we have to sow a seed. That seed we have to pour water. It grows into a small plant, then it grows big tree. From that we get flowers, then later on it becomes a fruit. Only after it becomes fruit you pluck it and eat it. And that plucking and eating stage is only the pain. So the fruit is the disease. So for getting a disease, first they should have sown a seed. So that seed, when it was sown, it's not known to doctor. So this cause for the disease is our mind, which we have taken, when the seed would have been sown several years back, maybe several life cycles also. For disease like brain tumor and all, psychiatrists have found that it has accumulated the negative energy for nearly 7 life cycles. So that is the cause for the disease, our mind, how it reacts to the events in life. This is very first important factor. And in this respect, the reaction of mind is mainly because of the ego. What is ego? Ego is ejection of godly nature in us out. Ejection of godly nature out. Ego. So godly nature, what are the godly nature in us? Peace, patience, perseverance, dedication, devotion, kindliness, generosity, all this, forgiveness, all these things are godly nature. When these are ejected out, what is remaining in you is anger, jealousy, hatredness, cunning, crookedness, fear, shyness, pride, inferiority complex, superiority complex. All these are all the characteristics of ego, the reactions of ego. And for all these reactions, what is the cause is the desire, greed, avarice, lust. So the cause for this is these 4: greed, avarice, desire and lust. And the reactions are tamasic and rajasic gunas. Tamasic gunas is fear, shyness, inferiority complex, insecurity. Rajasic gunas, anger, jealousy, hatredness, all these things. How it arises? Mainly, ego is mainly arises because of our expectations. For every event, there is an expectation in us. When the expectation gets fulfilled, we get happiness. When the expectations continuously get fulfilled, this happiness will convert it into the another rajasic negative guna called pride, superiority complex, overconfidence. With that overconfidence, if you do an act, that will lead to a great downfall. That is the cause for dejection, unhappiness, sorrow, and all these things. So ego is the factor. In our body, we are already told there are 5 kosas: Annamaya kosa, Pranamaya kosa, Manomaya kosa, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya kosa. Annamaya kosa refers to our physical body, made of cells, that is and the next is Pranamaya kosa, which is the energy body, which contains nadis and chakras. The energy flows through it and it activates the cells in the physical body. And these pranamaya kosa and annamaya kosa are governed by the manomaya kosa, where it contains our 5 senses and the 6th sense of buddhi, the discriminate intelligence. And here lies the ignorance ego also. So in the manomaya kosa lies the ego. Where this ego lies? Normally our epic story of Ramayana, epics, Ramayana tells that Ravana is having the 10 heads. What these 10 heads refers to 10 gunas. So these gunas are mainly because of his ego. He got pride, he got anger, jealousy, hatredness, superiority complex, lust. All these things it has formed a 10. And Rama was sending another, again another head came, and what it refers to is each and every event, for each and every event, our buddhi reacts in different ways and it brings different reactions. At one time we may be happy, at another time may be sorrow, at one time may be anger, at another time may be calm, at one time may be jealousy, at one time may be lust. So like that, mind changes according to events. This is mainly because of the presence of ego in us. That's why Vibhishana comes and tells, if you aim your arrow on his head, one head after another it comes. You just hit at his chest. Below the Visuddhi Chakra, the bottom portion is called chest. You hit here. The kalasa is, the life's kalasa is here. You remove that kalasa when he falls. What it refers to is the ego is here in the chest part. You remove that ego, then when Ravana hits at this ego and the kalasa falls, Ravana realizes his mistakes. Then he was able to see the ignorant, once the ignorant ego is gone, he was able to see Atma inside, the Paramatma inside, and see God in front of him, and he repents for all his mistakes. So like that, first we have to remove that ego in us. So how to remove that ego is, first, that is the reason. To remove the ego, you have to take your mind deep inside you. Once you go deep inside, it crosses from sensual conscious mind to ego conscious mind, then it goes to Atma conscious mind, and further go to supreme conscious mind. These are 4 levels: sensual, outer sensual, ego conscious, Atma conscious, and supreme conscious level. When the mind, buddhi remains in sensual and Atma ego conscious level, then what happens? External events disturbs that create expectation, desire, anger, jealousy, hatredness, tension, pressure, all these things. When this comes, this disturbs the energy levels in the chakras. When the energy levels, the negative reactions leads to degeneration of the negativity in the energy in the nadis and chakras, which leads to degeneration of cells in the annamaya kosa, that is physical body. When cells degenerates, it disintegrates, which leads to deficiency of chemicals. That is the cause for various kinds of chronic disease in us. So these tensions and pressures, these negative reactions are all mainly because of ego. If you want to overcome it, you have to take your buddhi deep into Atma and supreme conscious level of mind. When it goes inside, what happens? Whatever event that is facing outside, because when the ego is removed, the dark cloud of ignorance is removed, external events the Atma can visualize and see. These events are mainly because of my karmas. The bad events, good events, all these things leads to release of my good and bad karmas. So let me not get attached to it. Let me just surrender to the Paramatma deep inside me and carry on all these duties perfectly without any attachment. When that stage comes, the ego vanishes. So when the ego is vanished and when you take the mind deep inside, again you get this godly nature in you. That is, you will always remain patient. You take perseverance to remove all your negativity. It's with a strong determination, with kindliness, with forgiveness. So all this godly nature gets imbibed in you when you go deep inside to Atma, divine conscious level. This makes your energy levels in the nadis and chakras in a streamlined way, perfect way, so that it gives The positive thoughts and positive divine actions will keep your energy in the cells perfectly intact. That improves your immunity power in the physical body, that eradicates all kinds of chronic disease in you. So whatever disease that is, because at the young age itself, when you take this maturity of mind in taking the buddhi deep inside to the samadhi state, you can able to overcome any kind of disease in you, heal yourself through self-healing method by not getting attached to any actions whatever you do. Whether you face failures, whether you face success, you should not get dejected, you should not excited. You should remain always in the state of Chitta Prajna, so that you can able to overcome all the efficiencies by doing Atma Vicharana and improve your traits in a positive way, so that all your negative traits in you get vanished from the subconscious mind, and this imbibes you the divine power in you, that builds your immunity power, that enables to overcome all the disease inside you. So you take medicines as long as, see, if there is a hole in a pot, water pours, when you pour water, the water goes off and the pot will not fill. When you close the hole in the pot, then after some time when the pot fills, you can stop the tap. Similarly, this hole is nothing but the ego. When you close it, when you remove the ego, when you close the pot, then whatever medicines you have, after a certain stage, you find you are free from any disease, then you need not take any medicines. So this is the way. First you have to see how you can overcome the ego by taking your mind deep inside, close the hole in the pot, see that you remain improved in your immunity power, and you remain healthy, calm, peaceful, successful, and lead a contented, peaceful life. That is the objective of taking your mind deep inside to Atma, divine consciousness, by practicing of Atma Samadhi Dhyan and doing Atma Vicharana, which I am sharing every day. And also, to keep yourself always focused on inside, you should have the Atma Jnana that is being shared every day through Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and various scriptures. Please go through it and see that you imbibe in your divine qualities, so that you lead a happy, contented, peaceful life, healthy, peaceful life. Thank you.